Your small days are bigger than you think. If a stranger would walk up to you and offer you $300 a day, every single day, would you grab their hand and you would probably never let go? Because $300 times 22 trading days in a month is almost $7,000. And that is whatever you make on top of what you already make. So if you're in a 9 to 5 or you run a business, that's on top. So we're going to talk today about your small days, your small, consistent compounding days are the most important thing, especially if you are a scalper, intraday, even let's say swing trading, if you just do like a couple days, because everybody wants these big risk to reward 1 to 5, 1 to 10, and they think they make money through that. That's the only way that you can make money. But I will give you in this video a complete different perspective how you actually compound your money by doing small, consistent, very calculated things which have a high win rate is way better than losing 5 times in a row and hitting once the winner. Especially as a beginner trader where you maybe not that confident in your skill yet and what in general the market is up to. So stay tuned. So I just gave you like a simple math. If you would do $300 a day average, there could be a little bit more other day. Could be that you have maybe a small loss in between, and it could mean that you maybe trade one day not at all. It averages out over the month. In a trading day month with around 20 to 22 trading days, you're gonna have that $300 a day average. If you stay consistent, have a planned system, and you go about these small, consistent baby steps. Now, it's the same money, but kind of a different reaction if you think about it. $300 a day, maybe for the day, sound very small. If you have this consistent compounded over a month, well, almost 7,000 a month, you wouldn't say it's small anymore, would you? But it's the same money, but a completely different reaction. And that's the whole thing here today. Why do we do this to ourselves? And I give you a little bit of who I am to talk about that. Because I trade 6 years. I made multiple six figures in profit from payouts. I will maybe put one on the screen. 117,000 from FTMO alone. And I still had to fix this exact thing in my own head. That after hitting high 4 figures, 5 figure payouts every 14 days, I need to remember myself that these small payouts also pay and they are consistent. It doesn't need to, I don't always need to chase the 10K payout. And that is such a psychological trap because as soon you enter these higher numbers, 4 or 5 figures a day or in like 1 or 2 weeks, you completely disregard these small wins which actually lead you up to that. And you call it's not enough. You trade more, you go for more, and then most of the time you give it back. And that is where then like greed and everything comes in, where you wouldn't accept a smaller payout, let's say 2 or 3K payout, because you recently got these 5 figure payouts. And that's ridiculous. We need to always come back to, hey, where did we start from? I remember my first payout was $343 from my funded FX. They have renamed now. They're not even that name anymore. And then 6 months later, I got these 6K payouts. And then I felt like on top of my world. I was traveling around Europe on top of my job, which was good paying. I was working a lot. I get these 6, 7K payouts. I was like, bang, I'm traveling, remote working, go to Portugal, go to Marbella, go to, all these fancy places. And then, yeah, I was feeling really good and really on top, but I recognized that these small payouts don't do much anymore for me. And that is the problem. And if you haven't been there yet, totally fine. But to get there, you need to appreciate the small wins. And that's really what we need to do today. So the math I just gave you is 300 a day. If you're not able to make 300 a day, then whatever, divide it by 10. Do 30 a day, right? 30 a day times 22 trading days is also $660 a month. What would that do to you monthly occurring? On top of what you maybe have already in your job or whatever. Even if you don't have a job, wouldn't you still like $600, $700 every month just for trading 1 hour, 2 hours a day, knowing you don't need much more? So the issue are not the $300. It's the issue is you're measuring yourself against the wrong people, right? You open Instagram, you see people floating crazy amount of numbers. I've recently seen some fucking dork. No, I don't know who is buying his shit, but I can't believe that he shows you a $1 million open position. He's clearly below age of 25, overweight, looks like a dog geek. And of course he sells you a Discord. And everybody believes that shit. Because on social media you run now these unrealistic expectations. I don't know why he does that. I don't know. Wouldn't it be even smarter to fake it in a way where maybe people could connect to it? Like a beginner could never connect to somebody who has like $1 million floating. Like this is so much apart. I don't know. Anyway, and then you compare yourself to these people. Even to me, maybe, like I try to be really your mentor and be honest and truthful to you with, how this game works, how this game is affecting everything, your life, your psychology, the mental approach. And even if I show you the six-figure payouts I've got, it's not really to flex on you, but just to say to you, hey, I've done it and I have receipts. These people who show you these P&Ls, they don't have receipts. They don't show you anything. They would never show you a broker statement. But when I show you the FTMO payout, the QR code, you can scan it and it will lead you to FTMO, which verifies that that was a payout made, right? They paid me that amount of money. So I use this just for credibility and social proof that people can trust me. And these fake highlight P&Ls from people now should be the benchmark. Okay, this $1 million shit, that was really the top of the top. But even people, when they show you 10, 20, 30K trades, what the fuck? It's not like that you can replicate that. You should compare yourself. So the framework I would give you is step number one, mute the noise. Every account that makes you feel behind, that you're not good enough, gone. Unfollow, delete, whatever. Don't look at people who, flex on you the P&Ls. I'm doing this. I'm not showing you my wins and losses. I couldn't it before, but what does this do to you right now, right? I rather help you as the operator to come back on the charts tomorrow with a perspective which could completely change your approach and your results. And I'm glad that some of you guys really got value out of it and this on Instagram that, hey, you've really helped me and I've to consistency now, I've received some nice messages. So but yeah, these people, they need to be gone. They need to be out of your life, bro. The dollar P&L guys, mute them. The guys who flex their lifestyle or whatever, mute them. Don't even look at them. That's what trading is about. And maybe not forever, but just until your identity is anchored to your own work, that you can be proud where you are without needing any validation or any comparison from the outside. That will start when you make consistent money. You don't give a fuck what other people do with their money. You're concerned what you're gonna do, spend your money on, right? So that's where we need to get you. But in the beginning, when you don't have much or you're just trying to get there, that is where you need to not compare yourself and create that scarcity, because it's literally abundant. You could make money from like today, like this. If you would change from now on, if you're like not making money, for example, then there is a way, there is a parallel universe of you doing it in such a good way that you want to make a lot of money. There is a version of you. We need just to tap you into that. Step number two is you track one number. It's not going to be your P&L. It's not going to be a win rate. It's not going to be R multiples. It's just how many green days did you have this month? Without overtrading, just how many green days do you have this month? And that is how you score yourself. While also giving yourself a scoreboard of did you follow your rules. So every time you have a green day or a red day and you end and finish a day, just put one note: did you follow your rules and that green day occurred, or you didn't follow your rules and that green day occurred. And the same with the red. The red day occurred, you finish the day red, and did you follow your rules or didn't you? So at the end of the month, you need to have this. You need to see yourself, what you're doing. Do you consistently make money with things which are not in your plan? Very important to notice how many times in a month, because these are the days, even if you make money, they can wreck you. Could go the other way. And if it's like more than five a month, then we need to consider your mental approach, your discipline, your system, maybe if you don't have one. And then you need data to compare you to yourself, right? This is a very simplified way to track, but this is like how you can start literally today, right? You're gonna do this and then you compare yourself month after month to yourself, not to other people on social media. They have nothing to do with you on a journey, but you versus yourself. And then there's nobody other else existing in your data. It's just you. And don't try to make it as, oh, I'm on a race against somebody. It's just you are in your own race and you need to overcome yourself, getting better. And every month you're gonna step forward, right? That is the goal. So remember that small and steady is the whole game. Every profitable trader you actually respect got there this way. Small consistent steps. I remember one of this YouTuber, Matt, I think. He made $80,000 in 1.5 months through Apex, and that's the prop firm. And I remember how he did it. He did $200 days on, obviously copy traded on 20 accounts, but he set base hits, 1 to 1 hour base hits, and tries really to get the best optimal entries and waits for them, being patient, and then just a 1 in 1 out, like 1 to 1 hour. Nothing crazy, not the big swings. Has also something to do with their prop firm rules, but like, just it's a good example that people make fucking 80K in less than 2 months, and that with like so little. And that's why we then at one day talk about how we leverage our money with prop firms to then make these big numbers with very small steps. But first, you shouldn't think about leveraging your skill. If you're not there yet, if you're an intermediate advanced person here right now watching this, then this will more apply to you, what I just said, that you can think about, okay, I'm consistent. I'm listening to you because of your mental approach, of your perspectives. I would like to have some tangible things I can do now since I make already some money. How can I do leverage it? If you're somebody like that, bro, DM me on Instagram or comment here down below this YouTube video because if I have more people like that, I'm gonna make videos about this. Whatever in general you wanna see and learn, put it in the chat, in the comments, and then I'm gonna make videos about this. Yeah, so treat every $300 you make like a stranger just hand it to you. You take it, you keep it, and you're gonna stack it, right? You're gonna have like this profit target, which is small, consistent, it satisfies you, and that is your target without feeling, ooh, now my P&L is so high that I don't know how to act. Go for like the small, consistent, which is still nice and steady for you. Close the laptop when the number hits, and that's how you're gonna make it long term. You know, ever now and then in your trading career, you will have these nice big wins, big days, but they are not sustainable. Also, they inflate your ego, your confidence, whatever. It's better to have that baseline. Your like emotional reaction to every day is always around equilibrium and the 50% level. You're never up there where greed is happening, and you're never down there where fear is happening, where you hesitate and freeze. So yeah, I hope that made a lot of sense for you guys. If that landed, save it. You know, if you felt a little bit embarrassed in this video or whatever by your approach, that's good, because that's where the work is actually starting. And you know, I have many years under my belt now. I have a lot of big payouts, and still I try to protect my small days, because I made also mistakes along the way, and this is something I really want to preach at you, because nobody does it. Everybody shows you big wins, big payouts, big screenshots, whatever, but that is not it long term. Sustainably, no. And at some day, the small days will be big days for other people, but we're leading up to that. So subscribe for more of this inner game. And last thing I'm gonna say is, you don't lose the game by making small money. You lose it by disrespecting it. And I'll leave you with that. So, guys, peace. See you in the next one.